Mm-hmm. Hey, what about photographic mystery? Here's a couple. Instead of me answering the question, why don't you answer the question? See what people's responses are. Um, what do you think's more practical? A huge lens like a 300 millimeter f2.8. Now we're ignoring depth of field right now. Obviously, depth of field, we know about that. Okay, subject isolation. Okay, let's just ignore that for a second. Which is more practical to use? A huge lens, 300 millimeter 2.8, or use a slower lens like a 70 to 300. Let's say a 300 millimeter f4, which is about a fifth the weight and a third the size. Or a slower lens and underexposing by 3 stops to capture the low light action and to nail the focus with a high enough shutter, and raising that shot in post, assuming that you're using a camera that is ISO invariant, i.e. an ISO-less sensor on your camera. So which is better? Which would you choose? Which of course depth of field is incredibly important, but let's say that that's not important in the situation. You're going to bring a huge lens, like 300 2.8, or let's say like a 300 millimeter f4 or f4.5, and underexpose. So you got a low light situation like a club or an event. Underexpose 2 or 3 stops, and then raise it. Obviously, you're shooting raw. You can't pull this crap off with a JPEG, and then raise it in post-production in Lightroom with your exposure slider. Second mystery. Think about this one. Which lens, this isn't a trick question either, by the way, which lens lets more light pass through the sensor given an identical shutter speed? A 50 millimeter f1.2 shot at f11, the shot, or a 50 millimeter f2 shot at f11. So both the shots are same shutter speed and the same aperture at f11, except one's a 50 millimeter f1.2 and the other one's a 50 millimeter f2. Obviously, the f1.2 is a big ass front element, and it's a big honking, fat, heavy lens. So which lets more light to the sensor if they're both shot at f11? That's not a trick question either. What do you think the answer is? Get you later. Bye. Let's see if someone figures that one out.